She had already printed the wedding cards. She had already told her colleagues at work. The date was set, December 28, 2019, and Josephine Cynthia Onche was ready. But somebody close to her had already decided that she would never walk down that aisle, and by the time anyone realized what had happened, she was already gone. Let us go back to the beginning. Josephine Cynthia Onche was not just any woman. She was a 45-year-old officer with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the NSCDC, serving in Otukpo, Benue State. She had dedicated years of her life to public service, waking up every day to wear a uniform and protect her community. She was the daughter of a former mayor of Otukpo. She was a mother of 3. She was a woman who had worked hard, built a life, and was finally ready to enjoy one of the most important moments any person can experience, her wedding day. She had been with her fiancé, Otukpo, for over 7 years. 7 years is a long time. 7 years means holidays together, problems faced together, laughter shared, tears wiped away. Josephine had not rushed into this. She was not young and inexperienced. She was a woman who had taken her time, observed the man beside her, and made a careful decision. She had introduced Christopher to her family back in 2015. Her family had given their blessing. The relationship was real, it was public, and it was heading exactly where she had always wanted it to go. Otukpo was 54 years old from Akwa Ibom State and presented himself as a trader, a man who bought and sold wooden mortars, pestles, and local instruments. He had lost his first wife years before meeting Josephine. He was also, though Josephine did not know this at the time, a father of 5 children. On the surface, he appeared to be a man looking for a second chance at a life well lived. He told Josephine he loved her, he told her family the same thing, and for 7 long years, Josephine believed him. The wedding plans had hit one delay. Christopher had lost his mother during the course of their relationship, and out of love and loyalty, Josephine had reportedly covered most of the expenses for the burial ceremony herself. She paid for the gifts given to guests, she stood by him in his grief, and when that season of mourning passed, they set a new date, December 28th and 29th, 2019, 2 days of celebration. Wedding cards were printed and distributed, introduction ceremonies had been completed, transportation had been arranged, a bus had been hired to bring guests to the venue, everything was in place. And in the middle of all this joy, Josephine also did something that would only become significant later. Over the course of her relationship with Christopher, she had trusted him with her money, a large sum of money. Sources close to the investigation would later reveal that Josephine had given Christopher a total of 14 million naira. 14 million naira. Whether she gave it to him for business purposes, for their wedding preparations, or simply because she trusted the man she was about to marry, we cannot say for certain, but Otukpo had that money. And as we would later discover, he had already decided what he was going to do with part of it. Now, just a few days before the wedding, something unexpected happened. Christopher asked Josephine to come and visit him in Akwa Ibom State. He said he wanted them to travel together to see his family, a final visit before the big day. It was a reasonable request, a groom wanting to take his bride to his hometown before the wedding. Josephine saw no reason to refuse. She packed her bags, left Benue State, and traveled to Akwa Ibom State to be with the man she was about to marry. She arrived on December 17th, 2019. According to Christopher, she spent 2 nights with him and then returned to Benue State on December 19th. He also claims that on December 23rd, her brother called him to say Josephine was missing and that he was as shocked as anyone. He said he even went to the motor park in Akwa Ibom and checked the bus manifest and found her name on it, with his own name listed as her next of kin. But Josephine never arrived home. Her phone went off, she sent no messages, she made no calls. The woman who had been busy running around preparing for her wedding, buying fabrics, paying vendors, arranging food, simply disappeared. And in the days that followed, the people who loved her began to ask a question that would take 18 months to answer. Where was Josephine?
December 20, 2019. The wedding was just 8 days away, and nobody had seen or heard from Josephine Cynthia Onche. At first, her family tried not to panic. Maybe there was a network issue, maybe her phone needed charging, maybe she was resting after the long journey. But as hours turned into a full day, and a full day turned into 2, the silence became impossible to ignore. Josephine was not the kind of woman who simply disappeared. She was organized, responsible, and deeply invested in her upcoming wedding. There was no reason for her to go quiet, not now, not at this moment. After 5 full days passed with no word, her brother could no longer wait. He picked up his phone and called Christopher Akpan directly. The man who was supposed to be her husband, the man she had just visited. He asked a simple question: "Do you know where Josephine is?" Christopher said he did not know. Think about that for a moment. A woman visits her fiancé just days before their wedding. She leaves his home, and when her family calls him to ask about her, he says he has no idea where her husband is. The family was stunned. Nothing about this made sense. The wedding was days away, the cards had already been sent out, guests were already making plans to attend, and the groom was telling them he did not know where his bride was. Reported the matter to the police. Investigators began looking at Josephine's last known movements. Using technical phone tracking, they traced her final communications and discovered something important. The last signal from her phone did not come from Akwa Ibom State, where Christopher claimed she had spent time. It came from Benue State, from a location connected to a man named Rafiu Afolabi, a 67-year-old herbalist from Saki, Oyo State, who had been operating a shrine in the Obi local government area of Benue State. This was the first crack in Christopher's story. Investigators also discovered that shortly after Josephine was declared missing, this same herbalist, Rafiu Afolabi, had quietly packed his belongings and relocated out of Benue State. A man who had been operating in that community for some time suddenly vanished right around the same time a woman vanished. That is not a coincidence. That is a signal. Based on everything they had gathered, the police moved to arrest Christopher Akpan. He was taken in for questioning and maintained his innocence throughout the process, repeating the same version of events. She visited him, she left, he doesn't know what happened to her. He was eventually charged to court and remanded at the Maiduguri Correctional Center while the investigation continued. But the case was far from over. Before we go any further, if you are watching this on the Trem Crime Zone channel and you have not yet subscribed, please do it right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. This channel covers real Nigerian crime stories, cases that happened right here, in communities like yours, involving people just like you. These are stories you will not hear being talked about the way we talk about them. Subscribe now so you never miss a single case. The truth deserves to be told. Also, here's something for you to do in the comments right now. Write down, what was the first red flag? Tell us, from what you have heard so far, what moment do you think Josephine should have turned around and walked away? Drop it in the comments below. Back to the case. The police had Christopher in custody, but they needed Rafiu Afolabi to put the full picture together. The search for the herbalist went on for months. He had left Benue State and gone deep into the southwest. The police eventually tracked him down in Abeoku, Ogun State, at the home of another native doctor in Sango Ota, within the same state. He was arrested by operatives of the Intelligence Response Team of the Nigeria Police Force. When Rafiu Afolabi sat down in front of investigators, he did not hold back. He began to talk, and what he said changed everything. According to Afolabi, he had first come into contact with Josephine in 2019. She had visited his shrine with a man looking for help to make her business of selling wooden mortars and pestles grow. He charged her 14,000 naira for that service and asked her to return in 3 days. When she came back, she mentioned her upcoming wedding and asked him to prepare medicine to help her get pregnant quickly after the marriage. He prepared the medicine and took it to her house, and that was when he says he met Christopher Akpan for the first time. What happened next, according to Afolabi, is what turned a love story into a horror story. While Josephine stepped outside during that visit, Christopher allegedly pulled Afolabi aside and asked him about the kind of work he did. One thing led to another, and according to Afolabi, Christopher confessed something terrifying. He told the herbalist that he had already used his first wife, the woman who died before Josephine, for a money ritual. But he said the money he made from that ritual was only enough to build one house. He wanted more. He told Afolabi 5 million naira from the 14 million naira he had already collected from Josephine money she had trusted him with, money she had earned through years of public service in exchange for his silence and his assistance. And Afolabi, the herbalist, agreed.
December 19, 2019, evening. Rafiu Afolabi says he saw both Josephine and Christopher together in Otukpo, Benue State, around 6:30 in the evening. This is important. Christopher told police that Josephine had already left Akwa Ibom and was traveling back, but here, according to the herbalists, they were together. Someone was not telling the truth. Later that night, Christopher came to Afolabi's shrine. He brought a calabash containing a python, a pigeon, and soap, items for the ritual preparation. Together, they performed the preliminary steps. Christopher set the items on fire, gathered the ashes, and placed them in the calabash. Then they agreed to meet again inside the forest at 10 p.m. that same night. At 10 p.m., Christopher arrived at the agreed location, inside the forest in Obi local government area of Benue State. He was not alone. He had brought Josephine with him. Afolabi says he did not know Christopher was carrying a weapon. Christopher spread a cloth on the ground in the middle of the forest and told Josephine to kneel down for prayers, that they were performing a sacrifice to protect their marriage, to make sure what happened to his late first wife would not happen to them. Josephine, a woman who loved this man and trusted him after 7 years together, knelt down. Before Afolabi could fully process what was about to happen, Christopher pointed a hunting gun at the woman kneeling before him, the woman whose wedding cards had been printed, whose guests had been invited, whose family was at home waiting for her to come back, and he fired. The shot hit Josephine in the head. Afolabi claims Christopher immediately grabbed the calabash and collected some of her blood in it. Then Christopher tried to set her body on fire. The herbalist reportedly stopped him, warning that smoke would draw people from nearby villages. Instead, Afolabi went back to his home, retrieved a digging tool, and the two men dug a shallow grave together in the forest. They buried Josephine Cynthia Onche right there, in the dark, in the dirt, in the middle of nowhere, and walked away. Christopher left the forest carrying the calabash and Josephine's handbag. Inside that handbag was 700,000 naira in cash. He took it all. The woman who had given this man 14 million naira, who had stood by him during the death of his mother, who had organized their wedding down to the last detail, was now in a hole in the ground, and the man she had trusted for 7 years walked home with her blood in a pot and her last 700,000 naira in his hand. After everything was done, Christopher gave Afolabi a total of 50,000 naira, not the 5 million he had promised. 50,000 naira. And then Christopher switched off his phone and disappeared. Afolabi later said that Josephine's spirit began disturbing him. He could not sleep. He could not stay in that community. He packed everything and relocated first within Benue State, then to his hometown in Saki, Oyo State, then eventually to Abeokuta, Ogun State, running from place to place, trying to put distance between himself and what he had witnessed in that forest. On January 12, 2020, a motorcycle rider, an okada man, who had seen or heard things, went quietly to Josephine's family and told them what he knew. He gave them enough to point the police toward Christopher and the herbalist. That tip was the beginning of the end for both men. Stop right there. We need you to do something before this chapter ends. In the comment section right now, type the word justice, just that word, if you believe Josephine deserved better than what happened to her. Let us see how many people in this community stand for justice. Drop it right now. And if you know someone, a friend, a sister, a colleague, who is in a relationship and something just doesn't feel right, share this video with them today, not tomorrow, today. Because Josephine's story could have ended differently if someone had known the signs. Share this video right now. It could save a life. Back to the forest. On May 27, 2021, almost 18 months after Josephine first went missing, police operatives from the intelligence response team led Rafiu Afolabi into the thick forest in Obi local government area of Benue State. Afolabi pointed to the spot. They dug and they found her.
Josephine Cynthia Onche's remains were still in the shallow grave where she had been buried on that December night in 2019. Her body had been in that forest through 2 rainy seasons. The woman who once wore a uniform and served her country, who had once laughed and made plans and counted down the days to her wedding, was now reduced to decomposed remains in a hole that no one was even supposed to find. Her family came, they took her home, they buried her properly on June 1st, 2021, according to her wishes and her dignity, and then they waited for justice. On June 16, 2021, Christopher Agban, 54 years old, father of 5, the man who had walked Josephine into that forest and pulled the trigger, was paraded by the Nigeria police force in Abuja alongside 36 other criminal suspects. He still maintained his innocence. He said he had loved Josephine. He said he had planned to marry her. He asked why he would end the life of someone he loved so much. But the grave in the forest said otherwise.
How many years were you been?
A bomb 1954, I don't know how many years. I think it will be like 67 or 66.
Look this way.
67.
Which work you dey work?
Me, I dey do my native doctor, I dey do farm work.
So what did make them arrest you?
So the thing make them arrest me say, so one person, he promised me say he go do something for me. I mean he go give something, say he owe person money. That person, if they say that person, he wicked well, he say he go treat him bad. So he promised me say he go give 5 million for me. So now he say make I kill the woman. So make I kill the woman. So before that woman don't come from a place, he come out from a place, come my place. So I dey look for this woman, I don't see her. So this woman dey with me till 2 days before this man don't come around 6 o'clock that day. He come now, he tell this his wife say he want to do something for him because if he marry the woman finish, so make I know stay before he go get belle for him. So now he don't carry this woman say go bath inside, he go carry go bath. He want to punch that calabash dey like this small. He put some soap for there from the house. He carry and come. So from there, now I don't carry me for one carry pocket freeze water. Go, he didn't lie for wife say you want to bath. You know, tell your wife say you want to kill her. So because if you tell her I say you want to kill her, my wife no go follow her go bush the place I go. So was still want to bath because you cannot get problem. The lie for your wife with this. So from there, I don't reach there. So I carry gun, shoot him wife for back. He shoot him for back. That one fall down. So the time he fall down, the blood start to come out from there. So now he tell me say make I burn the woman. Me I say I no go fit burn person. So the thing they say make I wait, make I not burn am. I will go out go and bring hope. The thing person they carry do farm. So I run go out go and carry hope come. So now I say make I drink the place. He drink the place before I bury the woman. So I buried the woman. That day I reach house. So he give me 50,000 naira. That woman go. Yeah, I kill. That day, money day for him. Yeah, I see my eye like this na 700,000 naira. So this one carry am with the ATM, with the purse, bag the woman they carry for hand, with the ATM, the ID card, the work you see, the work we they do. All of them they inside that bag with the one wrapper. He never turn. So this man carry and go. He give him 50,000 and inside 700,000 naira. Say, so next week before week he will come give me 1 million for me. He gave number for me. So that number, I tried that day. I know from that day number no go. So me I dey fear. From there I run go Shaki.
So this man dey here. The man wey say make una kill the woman. In there.
He dey here.
Show us the woman.
Now he be this. So now I run go Shaki. From there they track my number. He follow me, police follow me reach Shaki. So me I don't know. Now one number call me say want to see me, say he be soldier. I say soldier. Okay. I don't know say police don't reach Shaki. I don't go meet the man. The man tell me say me I do something with this person from the place I don't come out. I say that woman, one woman lost for my place. Go. He dey find the woman, but because of that, they want to arrest me. At that time, I don't get myself again. One no day for my hand. I can't tell that one say he's supposed to arrest me, but he go tell me say make I go remove my phone, remove my SIM, so make I remove am. If not, so he go catch me. So from there, I don't run from Shaki again.
Okay. It's okay. You don't do.
My name is Christopher Appa. I'm 57 years old. Yes.
You hear wetin this native doctor talk? Now so it happen?
No, sir. I hear him, but that's not what happened. What happened is this. Josephine is a woman I wanted to marry. I have made arrangements to marry Josephine. My wedding date was 28 and 29 days of December 2019. I live at Benue State. So on reaching 16th of December 2019, Josephine called me that she wanted to come to Otukpo to know how the preparation is going on. I now told her to come. I transferred 5,000 naira for Josephine for transportation from Otukpo to Otukpo. On reaching 17th day of December 2019, Josephine reached Otukpo very safely in my house. She stayed with me on 19th day of December. She said that she's going back, which I took her to a place. She entered motor. I took her to Umahia. By reaching Umahia, she entered a motor, namely ACOA Park, downloaded from Umahia to Otukpo. When Josephine reached Otukpo, I myself I was at Otukpo. She called me that she arrived at Otukpo on that 19th day of December around 3, which I don't know the actual time. She called me. We discussed with her. On reaching 20th day of December, she called me again that she is indebted of someone, that she owed one of her brother's wife. When I sent her to go to Lagos to buy clothes for preparation of our wedding and our traditional marriage, that she owed 50,000 naira, which I transferred that 50,000 naira to Josephine, and she received the money. The account number I take transfer the money to Josephine is First Bank account.
Hey. What happened to Josephine?
So
what happened to Josephine?
Josephine has departed from my home to Otukpo.
Okay, just hold on.
So what happened to
Hold on.
Baba, come here. Come and stand here. Just stand here. Who is this? Can you recognize this person?
Yes, I recognize her.
Who is this person?
She's the person I want to marry, Josephine.
This is who?
Yeah, Josephine.
Josephine.
Sister.
Baba,
No?
stand here. This man, was it there when Josephine was killed?
Yes or no?
I know English well.
This man, he did there when Josephine.
Yeah, he did there.
Who shoots Josephine?
Now he shoot am. Na me get gun. That gun in the cartridge. Yeah, the carry hunter. Na me get gun.
Who bring the Josephine on your place?
Who tell you say make them kill Josephine?
Now this Appa.
How Josephine take reach your place?
Josephine, before I know the Josephine, one person carry and come from my place. He say they sell motor, so the motor no dey move well. So I do motor for him, I do medicine for him, so motor they move. From there now I don't know. From there now I know this husband. So after that I know the husband. So husband now they come to my place. So you see sometime he go call me my phone.
How much the man promise you say if you kill Josephine he go give you?
He say if I make I get kill him, so he say he go give 5 million for me. 5 million now he promise me. So
as you kill Josephine, did they give you the money?
he no give me only that day the thing happen go. He give me 50,000 naira at the night that day.
Thank you. Take them out. Take them out. We don't need it.
Prince.
Christopher Agban and Rafiu Afolabi were both charged with murder. The two men told conflicting stories. Christopher said he first met Afolabi in 2017 when he helped Josephine deliver charcoal to the herbalist house. Afolabi said he met Christopher for the first time in 2019. Christopher said Josephine visited him in Benue State and left for Benue on December 19th. Afolabi said he saw both of them together in Otukpo, Benue State that same evening. One of them was lying. Possibly both of them were. What was not in dispute was this: Josephine Cynthia Onche was gone. Her remains had been found in a shallow grave. The money she had given Christopher, 14 million naira, was gone. The 5 million naira he had promised Afolabi was largely unpaid. And a woman who served her country, raised children, and spent 7 years building a future with a man she trusted was buried in a forest instead of a church. At the time of this video, there is no publicly available court judgment confirming the conviction of either man. It is possible that their trial is ongoing or that proceedings happened without significant media coverage. But the facts of the case were confirmed by the Nigeria Police Force, by the intelligence response team that investigated the matter, and by the physical discovery of Josephine's remains in the location that Afolabi described. The case of Josephine Cynthia Onche is about many things at once. It is about greed. Christopher Agban had collected 14 million naira from a woman who trusted him enough to share her savings. That money was not enough for him. He wanted more, and rather than return what he had taken or simply walk away from the relationship, he chose to go into a forest in the middle of the night with a weapon in his hand. It is about superstition. Two grown adults, a 54-year-old man and a 67-year-old herbalist, sat together and planned to take a human life in exchange for the promise of wealth. Rafiu Afolabi knew what was going to happen in that forest. He chose to go anyway. He helped dig the grave. Whatever story he told the police afterward, he was in those woods when that trigger was pulled. It is about the slow erosion of trust. For 7 years, Josephine watched, waited, and believed. She covered the costs when Christopher buried his mother. She handed over her savings. She printed wedding cards and invited her family. She traveled to Benue State just days before her wedding because her fiancé asked her to. At no point did she stop trusting him, and that trust was the thing that made everything possible. He could not have gotten her into that forest if she had not trusted him completely. It is about the danger of financial dependence within relationships. Josephine had given Christopher a total of 14 million naira. That is not a small gift. That is not a loan between friends. That is a transfer of financial power from one person to another. When money moves in one direction in a relationship, especially large sums, the person receiving it gains influence, leverage, and in this case, motive. Women and men alike must protect their finances. Trust takes years to build. Financial transfers can happen in a single afternoon. It is also about the brave okada rider who refused to stay silent. We do not know his name. We do not know exactly what he saw or how he came to know what he knew. But we know that he chose to walk to Josephine's family and tell the truth. That one act of courage, a motorcycle rider doing what many people would have been too afraid to do, is the reason Josephine's family has closure. It is the reason Christopher Agban was arrested. It is the reason Rafiu Afolabi was found in Abeokuta. Without that Okada man, Josephine might still be lying in that forest today, and no one would ever have known. We cannot always wait for someone else to be brave. When we know something, when we see something, we must speak. Josephine Cynthia Onche was 45 years old. She was a mother. She was an NSCDC officer. She was the daughter of a former mayor. She had worked her entire life, built a career, raised children, and was standing right at the edge of a new chapter. The wedding was 11 days away when she walked into that forest. 11 days. The dress was ready. The venue was booked. The guests had their invitations. She deserved to get married. She deserved to grow old. She deserved to be protected by the man who had promised to love her. Instead, she got a shallow grave in the middle of a forest, and the man who dug it was the same man who had asked for her hand in marriage. To everyone watching this right now, here is what we want you to take away from this story. 1. Do not hand over large sums of money to anyone in a relationship, no matter how long you have been together, without proper documentation and accountability. Love is not a receipt. Trust must be matched with wisdom. 2. When someone in your life goes quiet suddenly, no calls, no messages, no signs of life, treat it seriously from day one. Josephine's family waited 5 days before calling Christopher. 5 days. In serious situations, time matters. 3. If you know something that could help bring justice to a family in pain, speak up. Be the Okada man. One phone call, one visit,
One act of courage can change everything. 4. Your safety matters more than politeness. If something feels wrong, a route, a location, a request from even someone you know and trust, it's okay to stop, ask questions, or turn back. Josephine followed Christopher because she trusted him. Trust is good, caution is better. This has been the story of Josephine Cynthia Onche, told here on Trem Crime Zone so that her name is remembered, her story is known, and her death means something to the people who hear it. If this story moved you, if it made you think, if it reminded you of someone you know or a situation you have seen, drop a comment below right now. Tell us, do you think Christopher acted alone, or was there more to this story? And who do you believe? Christopher, who says he is innocent, or Afolabi, who was in the forest that night? Let us discuss this case together. If you are not yet subscribed to Trem Crime Zone, now is the time. This channel exists to make sure stories like Josephine's are not buried a second time. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share this video with at least one person today, because awareness is the first step towards safety, and safety starts with knowing. We'll see you in the next story. Stay safe, stay aware, and never stop asking questions.